Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today on this rainy day in Georgia? Just heard my phone go off doing a notification thing. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian, you gonna do like everybody does in East Dublin and take off a few years? Or you gonna get a job? Hey, y'all. Uh, don't get me wrong. Like first 10 years, I worked hard, real hard, like 7 days a week. But I started getting where I knew better than, uh, like I didn't have to work all the time, like I thought I did. And, hey, we raised to work. I mean, but like, you know, a buddy told me that there would be girls asking that, where does he work at? And my buddy said, who works? So I got to kind of take it easy, y'all. Hello to everybody. Good to see everybody. Got some good news. Got some bad news. Uh, uh, yeah, uh, howdy, Mr. Danny. I don't know what FIM means, but I seen a package of Stevens post office box for Miss Tammy. Oh, okay. Well, you know, Tammy's got a post office box now, and I tried to tell her I didn't think we needed one. But she wanted her own box. Hey, Bloomin'. Bloomin', I'm glad you in here. I got this ruler out, and okay. Uh, so here's what. Yeah, I think so, Bloomin', and I will explain that. I'm fitting to show you right here. If I can show you, I'm fitting to try to show you. Uh, so let me cut the light off. And Bloomin', by the way, I think your chicken run come in out there. That UPS man backed up, FedEx backed up all the way to the carport there. And man, he was getting some big stuff off of there. They don't never back up that far. But thing's probably heavy. Alright, so here you go, Bloomin'. Uh I got this measurement on uh this item. And here's what I done. Here's how I come to the measurement. I put this thing right here in there. You know what that is. And I put this up beside the counter. And I measured like that, giving that much room. I give that much room. So that's about an eighth of an inch. I'm gonna show you the measurement. See, you see, there's about an eighth of an inch there that it'll be a snug fit. So I didn't know what them things, the measurement come in, you know. But it's about the width of that. So if you take this away, it is 30 inches. Do you understand, Bloom? No, it might be touching on each side a little bit, but I do know that they got a, all over the United States, they got a measurement, a universal measurement. That made my camera get out of focus, didn't it? The new Donald Trump stock is out. It actually come out yesterday, but me and Stephen was working on the camper, and I didn't get to, I was tired, man, because I was out there all afternoon. We worked on it all afternoon. And I was out there with the guy that come put the DSL in too, for about an hour. And I'm not used to doing very much. But I got to kind of get back moving. I ain't done it in a while. But I have plenty to say, but I can't say it all at once. But this Donald, what is it, DJT? That stock went up enough that it can't draw it out right now. It can't draw the money out. But if it could draw the money out, hey, going good. He could draw out $4 billion. That's how, you know what I mean? $4 billion. That's what his shares in this company is. $4 billion right now. So they didn't mess around. And the way they had that stock was private stock. Like I don't know why they do that, but y'all know who Mike Lindell is. His stock is private. His company, the My Pillow, that's private stock. It's not open to the public. But this right here, this DJT, they just opened it to the public yesterday. And I actually bought in a little bit more. I ain't gonna buy no more than what I have. I bought in at a higher price than what I had. And it hurt my average buy-in. My buy-in was pretty cheap because I've had that for a pretty good while. Way before. I've had it probably, maybe I've had it a year. And then when it started going up, I wanted to put a little bit more money in it. And it moved my average buy-in up because I bought in at a higher price. And y'all, I don't know what this stock right here is going to do. You see right here, this on the 5-day. It's on the 5-day, and this is what it was, I guess 5 days ago right here. And you see it's up higher here. Is Stephen in there, y'all? We worked on that camp yesterday, and man, he was fine. But today he's sick as a dog. Yeah, I got money in there, Moss. Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, yeah, he's sick as a dog. Like one of them kind of sicks where you sit on a commode, but you also got a trash can, too. James said, must be some kind of virus. You know, she called and asked me how I felt this morning. I feel all right, you know. But, man, he was fine yesterday. I got on here and looked at Facebook. I was actually doing something. But I don't remember what. Oh, yeah, I remember what I was looking at now. So let me look up Stephen. He says, update on what's going on. (102 temperature, going up, and it's not cool. Thank you for understanding. I'll be back on my regular videos as soon as possible. He put that on there. Hey, should we play what? This lady here said. I'll show y'all how I read stuff. When it's a lot to read, I'll show you how I read it. It ain't as good as Tammy reading to me, but
everyone that follows Stephen Hodges. ? I had received an email this morning from Miss Tammy Graham Hodges. She said that Stephen is unable to do any of his videos today. March 27th, 24. She asked Danny S. Hodges to put post out there to let everyone know. Point. I'm not sure if Danny's is up and about yet. Point. Or if he's had the chance. Point. Rather than wait. Point. I figured I'm gonna try to reach out as far and to as many of you as I can. Point. I did email Miss Tammy back to see if she wanted me to let you all know. Point. But she's at work. And I'm sure she is very busy. It is the end of the month. Point. So, rather than wait and have you all wondering and looking for a video. Point. I am putting this post out there. So you all won't get upset. Point. Steven isn't feeling well. Point. I guess he has what everyone has. Point. PLZ pray for Steven and that he gets to feeling better. Point. PLZ do not go and PM Steven. Point. He needs his rest. Point. As far as what's going on for tomorrow. Point. I haven't a clue. Point. Again, PLZ do not message him. Point. He needs his rest. Exclamation point. Thank you all for understanding. Point. PLZ pray for Steven that he gets to feeling better. Point. PLZ feel free to share this post. If you do TikTok you can always copy and post it that way. Point. I will make sure it's shareable. Point. Thank you so much for understanding. Point. God bless each and every one of you. Point. And PLZ pray for Steven. Point. Ty.
By the way, player prays for Steve. She said that like 3 times. And I can tell y'all it's pretty bad because he's one of them kind of people can be sick and you won't know it. I mean, he won't, stuff don't get him down. So it's pretty bad. I don't message. Put a comment over here, Jenny. Yeah, Grandma called me up this morning. She said her phone's about to ring off the hook. But I mean, she don't answer, I told her not to answer calls from. If she don't know the number, don't answer the phone. That's not a bad idea for y'all neither. If you don't know the number, the person calling you, they probably ain't that important. Yeah, Marsha, I told you that a while ago I did. Yeah, I got it in there. But I mostly got it in there for support. And a lot of people will feel like that. I mean, the way they have this now, you cannot go buy $20 worth of stock. I mean, you can buy $5 worth of stock. Yeah, but I just got it in there for support. I want him to get $4 billion. And I don't mind if I lose my money to support him. Because me and Tammy has donated to him before. And there's a lot of people that'll do that, that, people donate. And this is just a way to donate, This is just another way to donate. Okay, Kira. So y'all know that Hollywood bought a camper, you know. I mean, it's one like Stevens. They call it a fifth wheel. You gotta have a certain kind of truck to pull them kind. Or like they real. Just trust me. You gotta have a heavy duty truck to pull them kind. And Steven and Chris has got them kind of trucks. I don't. Mine's just a regular, you know, a regular. I guess you call it half a ton. But Stephen told me the other day, as he got back from fishing in that tournament, he said, "Oh, we got to get that camper going, boy." He said, "Chris has got his ready, you know." And I've been talking about that for, long time. But got to try to get it going. It's kind of a tough problem with it. It ain't something like you can just like replace a part when you don't really know what to replace. All we do is just think we know what's wrong with it. Now, we cranked it up yesterday. And Steven said, it's got an alternator, gauge on it. He said that that thing ain't charging. And called up Chris, talked to Chris. Chris is a mechanic. But like stuff like that is hard, is hard to diagnose. Steven said, I'll take the alternator off and we'll take it over and get it checked. And yeah, we tried to call Stan. He told me he's cutting grass. Steven said, well, I'll do it, Steven didn't want to do it, and Steven didn't want to be aggravated with it. And but anyway, we took the alternator over there, and the alternator showed it was good. It was a good alternator. Okay, Tony. We brought the alternator back. That ain't actually what I thought was wrong with it. The whole time. But that thing's got man, I don't know if it's an inverter or a power supply or whatever it is. Some of it's like some of it is 120 and some of it is battery. In other words, you got two different kind of lights on your campers. Some of the stuff is 110, some of the stuff is 12 volt. But like, I felt like that part went bad there. Even though everything's working. All the lights, everything's working. Uh, and here's what it's actually doing. When you put the leads on the battery, the lead is heating up, and it will kill the battery. You can put the lead on there and tighten it down. Put your finger on top of that battery post, and that thing's getting hot. I do got a man that knows how to work on them, but he don't live in Dublin, and he may be hard to get. But Stephen didn't ever get the alternator back on there. And then, like, he's sick today. So I can't bring the man, I can't get the man over here, and I can't even crank the camper up. The man works on RVs, campers and RVs, their RVs got a motor. Camper, you pull it. He works on them, and he's been here to work on our stuff before. But I don't know how to drive him, you can't buy a camper like that and then just like abandon it because it might cost you $500 to fix it. You can't quit now. But anyway, that's we got messed up. He did go and take that inverter out of the it's under the refrigerator, there's a little cabinet there under the refrigerator. He went and took that inverter out, or power supply, or whatever it is. He took it out. And he was gonna go buy another. And now he's sick, the inverter's out of it, the alternator's off, and I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing until that alternator's back off. And I was just going. Chris said he wanted to look at it, but Chris got a full-time job. And Chris is busy as Stephen. I've talked to Patty before. He leaves early in the morning, gets home at 9 o'clock every night. As a matter of fact, we called Chris yesterday, and Chris took a day off of work from where he works at to work on a dump truck that he owns, putting a clutch and pressure plate in it. So it ain't no mercy. But when you get ready to fix something, you're ready to fix it. And we got one in places in Dublin where, like that works on them things, And you go over there and they got 20 campers and all of these lined up to work on. So it's time to be over there 3 months. But the camper, you can't drive it. And I actually had told y'all that I thought I knew how to fix it where I could drive it. But I'm not so sure about that now. We just kind of got to take one day at a time about that, It gets that alternator back on there, and we try to see about that controller. I mean, you can, see, I come on in the house, but you can take a voltmeter and test them things. Now you have to look up how to test it, but like you can look it up. And I know how to do one of them meters. I mean, I get tired of that stuff, you know what I mean? And I ain't done nothing like that in a long time, but I get tired of working on stuff all the time. And you got to learn about it, you know. You got to learn from A to Z how to work on something. No, I think he just got one job there, Brian. But them parts is that controller keeps that battery charged. That Stephen took that controller out of that camper. And that's what keeps that battery charged when it's plugged in. And I think the controller is went haywire. And it's overcharging the battery. I put a meter on it. And it went way up there, boy. Way up there. So it acts like it's got a short. And when you put one battery cable on, it might could, little boy. Put one battery cable on, then when you go to put the other on, it's sparking. And I'm sure it's normal to spark a little bit. But, I mean, you know what I mean? It's sitting there to the point that, like, where it's heating the wire up. But these are unusual circumstances, you know. Stephen took the alternator off and didn't get it back on. He took the controller off and you know, I mean, I can't get the man to see about it. I mean, I can't check on it. I need to know what that controller is. And I don't know the model number of it and all that. And you probably can't even get the original no more. But you got to get something that's compatible with the original. I done went through all this stuff, them fan motors on that camper, like the air conditioning fan motors. You can't get that original fan motor no more. But they got a replacement for it. And you have to do all kind of research to make sure you're getting the right thing. Yeah, well, I mean, we had just begun yesterday, you know. And so we was planning on working on it today, see. Then Stephen got sick, you know. He's out of business, you know. Oh yeah, it's a pain. But when we seen that alternator wasn't showing it's charging, you know, naturally, we thought it was all the alternator on the motor. Because an alternator can mess up and short out. And we about done figured out, I said, man, it's near about got to be that. Alternator's near about got to be shorted out. But I mean, it tested fine. Stephen said I'd buy nothing anyway. Yeah, me too. I don't know. I ain't talked to him, but I'm sure he don't feel like talking. Uh, Tammy will tell me what all I need to know, when she gets home. Uh, Ashley, before I went out there and started working on it yesterday, I was going to call that man. But I went out there to check something, with the vote meter, and then I was going to call him. I was going to check something so I could kind of tell him what the thing was doing, because I didn't 100% understand it. But I went out there to check something, and then I was going to call him up. But while I was out there checking that, Stephen walked up. So, but that's actually what I was planning on doing. Hey, Connie, I don't know what's wrong with that thing. I know them controllers go bad. And but I don't know if that's what the problem is. But they got ways you can tell. It used to be real hard to find a short. And I ain't never seen it, but like they got ways where they can find a short now quicker than it used to be. You just had to look for it. But they got some kind of a tool now that they can find a short, and that's what it appears like. But that box, that controller box, can be shorted out. See. Stuff like that, I guess you replace one thing at a time till you get it. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Oh, I don't know if me and Stephen will get it. Me and Stephen and Chris will get it. I don't know if the man that lives 60 miles away is gonna get it. I don't know if I'm gonna have to take it over there to that RV park where they work on it. But it's gonna get fixed one way or another. Not that I'm about to die to go camping, but I mean, you can't buy something like that and then just let it sit tore up. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Hey, Tammy's asked me, man, 2 months ago, kind of wanting to go. Y'all, Ed, he bought one of them expensive things like Steven's got. Like one of them buggies, And he's about got that paid for. He said when he gets that paid for, he's gonna buy him a camper. But a lot of times he's been with me camping many a day, many a day. But he said when he gets that thing paid for, and he said it's just about paid for. Last time he was over here, he told me that. He said he's gonna see about getting him a camper. You know, yeah, I'll be nice to him. Uh, Edwin, Ed, Ed, y'all know him as Ed. Eddie, they just had all their windows replaced in their house. And I mean, it's a pile of money, you know. Uh, you don't want to put yourself in a tight buying a camper. You know what I'm talking about? It's already paying for the other thing, putting windows in and windows and doors in and all that. Hey, I, Little Bug, I'm telling you, I have been in a tent and been without a tent and I just slept on the ground more than I've slept in a camper. Oh, you know, when all of us was young, I mean, me and my buddies and stuff, we ain't had the money to buy no camper. Matter of fact, we didn't even think about it, you know. We didn't, we didn't see nothing wrong with laying on the ground with a sleeping bag. And I remember sleeping in a sleeping bag and ice was on the sleeping bag. But you know how warm them sleeping bags are. But like wake up and start moving around and you can hear that ice breaking. Yeah. And y'all, me and Tammy, like, we do just fine, camping. As a matter of fact, she likes to go down to the sporting club. Danny, there should be a continuous relay and a battery bank relay. You may want to check it, but hey, Connie, we had, we will check it out. And Chris has experience doing that. But like, we had only just begun yesterday, you know. We had only just begun. And, uh, we was planning on getting back on it today, you know. I mean, I think he was going to do it live with us working on the camper, you know. But, I mean, we got messed up, you know. And that alternator on that camper, that thing's got a flat nose. That camper's got a flat nose. And that motor sets back a little ways. So you have to go inside the camper and open that motor cover to get that alternator off and back on. It took him about 30 minutes to get that thing off. But, see, down at the Sportsman Club, I know it sounds a little crazy. I mean, it does to me too, but Tammy likes it down there because when she wakes up, it's closer to her work than it is from home. And we do just fine down there. I mean, she'll get up and go to work and when she gets off work, come right back down there to the camper. She usually brings us something to eat, you know. And out here where we live at, me and Grandma and Stephen, it's actually a little ways to town, you know. I mean, if you go over in Dublin where all the eating places is, I reckon this might be like a 20-minute drive. but like down there at the Sportsman Club, it's a 5-minute drive. Hey, she's bringing stuff from the Cracker Barrel. And what's that expensive steakhouse that Stephen always goes to? Longhorns. She'd go by there and pick stuff up from Longhorns. And that stuff, like, 2 people, like at least about $80, Yeah, that's what Tammy said, bro. Tammy said the same thing. There's a virus going around. But I said, girl, you better lay off of that Longhorn. But I mean, it is good now. But man, that's expensive. And I did get out there and crank all my vehicles up. And they all cranked right up, When you got a vehicle sitting in your yard that you don't never drive, and there's no telling how long it's been since I drove that little red truck I got, and there's no telling how long since I drove that Chevrolet truck out there, because I only pulled a boat with it, But what you have to worry about rats. Getting in there, chewing the wiring up. And White Earp had a vehicle over there, and he went in there to crank it up, and it was a nightmare, He got up and opened the hood up, and rats had done been all in there, Well, he took it to get it fixed, and cost him $1,000. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Tammy, how's Stephen doing? I hadn't called him. Hey, Tammy, do you want to call my phone? But I mean, if you want to call and let us know about Stephen, you need to let me know so I can walk over there and get it, He must be on break, y'all. So while we wait to see what Tammy says there, Tammy, if you call, that'd be fine. If you just want to sit here and type, let us know about Stephen, you can. So that's the reason I have the. Oh, I didn't tell you yet. If you don't close your hood, they said a rat won't get in there. If it's daylight, a rat won't get in there. And that's the reason I have the hoods open on, the camper and the little red truck and the Chevrolet truck. Okay, Tammy, I'll get my phone. Okay, I got it, Tammy. So y'all, when we go camping, we actually eat better when we camping than we do when we home. Because Tammy she'll go buy groceries now. Look here. She'll have every kind of snack that man ever made. Good Lord, Tammy.
Hey, I
Yeah,
am at break.
yeah, you at break?
Yeah, he called me about an hour ago and told me that he was really, really sick. He said he didn't know somebody could actually use the restroom that much. I said, well, baby, when you got a virus and you doing both ends, I said, it's run, run, run. But he said he didn't get any sleep, and he said he's just resting. So he said just to tell everybody that there ain't no way he can do no live, but he's gonna be napping off and on. But they just pray for him because he's got it real bad.
Yeah, I seen he had a fever. Seen he had a
Yeah,
fever.
it was 101.6 high as I know, but it hadn't went down since last night. So a while ago he didn't think it was any higher when I talked to him, but he says he feels terrible.
Hey,
And
Tammy, reckon, uh, I mean, ain't nobody around him got it. Reckon how he got there.
well, I mean, it's just airborne. Viruses is airborne, and I mean, Mandy and her crew had it, but he wasn't around them. And Bentley didn't get sick, but he apparently come in contact with somebody at a store or somewhere that had it.
Is that one of them kind of things where all you gotta do is touch
Yeah,
something?
you touch the same counter surface that somebody else touched that's had it. Yeah, and don't wash your hands good, you can sure get it. And it's running through people out here at work.
Is it? That's what I was fitting to ask you, but did people out there have it?
Yeah, I mean, man, we got people out sick. It's just only by the grace of God I hadn't got it yet. But I know he's really sick.
What
I
about
felt,
the COVID-19 people out there? Is that about run its course out there?
yeah, I mean, there's one every now and then that'll get it, but it ain't no big deal. They tell them to stay home long as they're running a fever, and when the fever's gone, they can come back and wear a mask one day, and then they find they don't have to wear it no more.
Yeah.
That ain't really a big deal. The flu and the virus. But that virus it'll put a good healthy person down quick. But
Okay.
anyway, we're just going to pray none of us get it, and if we do, that we'll get over it quick.
Well, Tammy, I'd rather you get it than me.
I would rather me get it than you get it. Trust me.
All right,
I
well,
will stop existing if you get it.
yeah. Your life be miserable, won't it?
Yeah, it will. Of course,
Okay.
I really don't want you to get sick. I would always rather me get something than anybody else.
Well, when y'all women get sick, y'all don't act like y'all sick.
Yeah, well, we have to try to maintain.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got to get back to work. My break's over, but Stephen just said tell everybody to pray for him and that he's mighty sick, and he won't be probably answering no messages or no phone calls because he's trying to rest.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Grandma said there's a lot of people trying to contact her.
Yeah, well, he's just sick. Well, they knew when he didn't show up at all that there was something wrong.
Yeah.
He was real sick, so. All right, I gotta go. I love y'all. Bye. Bye, bye, bye,
All right, bye-bye.
bye. Okay.
Well, that's Tammy there. Got that right. Hey, y'all, I'm going to be making the internet a video probably later on today. About, it's not going to be a long video. Like, it's going to be like a video that'll make money, And then it might not make no money, but it it would have at one time or another, you know, but like I think that might be got so far past. In other words, I'm gonna do an outdated video, but I'll tell you what it is. Uh, it's gonna be fiber optic versus DSL, phone line DSL. I've done, and see, I've still got the DSL hooked up, and I've got the fiber optic hooked up. I got them both hooked up, and you can swap back and forth to whatever internet you want. Like Tammy, I think she's gonna get this DSL cut off today. You know, she's gonna tell them we don't want it no more. But I'm gonna do a speed test on it, and you can see the difference in fiber optic, and you can do that speed test on the fiber optic. Then you can do the speed test on the, you know, the DSL. And there's a lot of difference, y'all. There's a lot of difference. So, I actually think the fiber optic, I'm about pretty sure you can go live with that fiber optic. In other words, if you just had a phone that like this tablet I got here. This tablet I use, y'all, it don't have a, in other words, I just bought it. It don't have a plan. And the tablet runs off of Wi-Fi. See what I mean? This tablet is, was just, you know, you don't want to pay for no plan if you can just run it off of the Wi-Fi. But I actually think this fiber optic, the upload is so good on it, and that's what you, when you, it don't matter about your download speed. When you go live, it's upload speed is what you need for going live. Upload and download ain't the same thing. But I think the fiber optic upload is so good that I could go live on this tablet. You know, I'll probably even try that, you know. Grandma down there, me and her had the same DSL. We both got the DSL at about the same time. Whenever they offered it, we got it. And it went to the dogs. And DSL runs on a telephone line. It runs through a telephone line. Back when Grandma was doing these edited videos, I discovered that you could get a hotspot. And it would download, it would upload a video 10 times faster than the DSL. Ten times faster. Now, I don't know if you've ever uploaded a 2.5 hour video in 1080p, high resolution. but it takes all night long with DSL. Remember I told you she's working 60 hours a week making 2 videos? I wasn't exaggerating. That video take all night long to download. And I said, Grandma, I said, you can get this hotspot. And I said, it'll download that. It'll upload that video in probably 2 hours. Danny, you mean, is on Straight Talk. You might have to reword that and so I know what you're talking about. Sometimes we're not synced up together, Like you know what you're thinking, but I don't know exactly what you're thinking. So that's how she wound up with DSL in a hotspot. I said, Grandma, you don't need that DSL no more. And I tell y'all, nobody listens. So you don't need that DSL no more. You got that hotspot, you got all you need, And then her DSL tore up. And it just tore up for months. She's still paying for it. And she couldn't, she finally got a belly full of it, I said, go to the bank and cut them off. And, like couldn't figure out, they telling her got to go to Millersville, got to go to Warren Robins, got to have an act of Congress, and like, she ain't gonna do all that. He went to the bank and got them cut off. So whenever AT&T was sitting there looking at the Christmas catalog, they didn't know they wasn't gonna get Grandma's money that month, see? She finally got that cut off. And this is actually what I'm getting to here. I'm pretty sure that fiber optic is better than her hotspot. I know it is. Because I've got a hotspot over them. I got mine cut off. I cut mine off. But here's the good thing about the hotspot. Boy, if you go camping, if Grandma went camping, you can take that son of a gun with you, boy. Where if she gets fiber optic, it's just only gonna work in her yard. She can't take fiber optic with her if she goes somewhere. Now, I don't want to confuse you, when she's doing her lives, she's doing it with her phone. So that don't mean she couldn't go on road trips. Because these phones have their own internet, see? I got an iPhone there. It's got its own internet. We don't have a plan, but we buy minutes for this phone that I got right here in front of me. But our grandma like, yeah, I mean, I don't. It wouldn't help her. The fiber optic wouldn't help her as far as like getting on live. Or then again, it might would. And I guess I'm talking to Grandma right now, you know. You can leave your Wi-Fi on. You know, how she always cuts her Wi-Fi off. She has to make sure she has it off because it will go to that old DSL box. And then the hotspot she's got won't pull alive too good. You know, I told y'all it takes power, you know, to pull alive. But that DSL, I mean the fiber optic, she could cut her Wi-Fi on. And I'm sure can use, you know, that for her life. The only thing about it is she would have to stay in the yard. If she's pulling from that, you know, from the fiber optic, she can't leave her yard. So her iPhone that she goes live with is, I'm sure, not as strong as the fiber optic, but at least she's mobile. You know, I mean, she can go to the Dairy Queen, I mean, and she can move around, but if she were to cut her hotspot off, so if she was using her fiber optic, she can't get in the car and go to the Dairy Queen. And I know that, I'm sure you can fix it where if you get away from the Wi-Fi, the phone will kick in, you know. The phone internet would kick in. But I don't know, I'm gonna check some of that stuff, y'all. But that, that, you know, I've always heard about fiber optic, and man, I mean, it's bad to the bone now. You know, I got that, you know, on my Fire Stick, I've got it where you can go watch them movies, you know. You know, like movies that like just come out in the theater and all that, you know. And I've already put that fiber optic in my TV. And I was over there fooling with it, and you know, like I was clicking on like real heavy duty movies, like, you know, so what I'm saying about that is, well, Roku's different than this. Roku's different than the Fire Stick. So you can go to that app and you can watch a movie that's not many gigabyte. The less gigabyte is the worse the picture. The more gigabyte, the better the quality of the picture. And that's what I was doing yesterday, was checking that, and I was going to big gigabyte movies, and I've never been able to do that. I seen they got a new Roadhouse out. Y'all seen that? They got a brand new Roadhouse movie out. I have fiber optic. It's amazing. Love it. Very high speed. Yes. Yeah. I doing a test while that guy was here yesterday when he was putting it in. Hey, little bud, what do you have there? For internet. What do you use for internet? y'all, I'll tell you, me and Tammy would have kept the DSL and not even worry about the fiber optic, but it's messing up too bad. I think that cable's supposed to be real good, Little Bud. I think that cable's supposed to be real good. I got that repairman yesterday to show me the wire, the fiber optic. Yeah, I couldn't even see it. Hey, looks like that stock there's going on up, don't it? When it's going down, people selling. When it's going down, more people is selling than buying. When it's going up, more people are buying than selling. We paying like $10. We'll be paying like $10 more a month. But that's a $10 right there. We don't mind because we ain't. Yeah, that's what that is. That's yeah, that's his stock there. But the hotspot thing, which is like what your phone uses, it goes to the cellular phone tower. And that's better than phone line DSL. I've never had that cable internet. I asked that guy. I said, what? I said, I know them fiber optic lines get cut. I said, I ain't talking about the line like running to this house. I'm talking about the main line. He said, yeah, it can be bad. That's a little bit about what I worry about. Hello there, Miss Helen. With a hotspot, do you use less data on your phone? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, we got a router. So he's gonna charge $15 or more a month if we use their router. Or it might be $16. I mean, you liable to have that 20 years. I mean, you don't know how long you liable to have it. I don't know how much $15 a month is for 20 years, but you can just simply go buy a router from Office Max. You don't want to be paying $15 a month to use their router when you can go buy one for just a little over $100. You know, the man like hooked it up, you know what I mean? All we had to do was buy it. He got everything going. Yeah. Oh, Stephen, they put his box on his house, well, probably about 3 weeks ago, didn't he? And he still ain't got it over there. They would, you know, until he gets that electricity run, you know, he'd have to run a drop cord in there for his, you know, for that fiber optic. There's actually two things that had to be plugged in for that. So he would need a drop cord with like a double end on it to plug into. And it had to be plugged up, you know, all the time, you know, to work. Oh, does anybody want to call in? If nobody wants to call in, we'll wrap it on up, y'all. I ain't got the phone cut on over here, but I can cut it on. Just had to let me know if somebody wants to call, you know. So you have a box on the side of your house for fiber. Yeah, I mean that's where it comes in on the side of the house. You know, they run a line down the wire that runs to the house. And it comes down the pole, and they buried it over to the house, and it runs up to that. And then he put he crawled under the house and run a wire up to, I guess it's the modem. But like, there's a modem and a router. There's two different things, you know. So Hannah, I see you saying yes. Does that mean you want to call in? You gotta let me know if you want to call in. There ain't no need to cut the phone on if nobody wants to call in, you know. And I can give the phone number here, but like there's no need to put it out there if nobody says I want to call in. Okay, Hannah. Hey, that's fine. I just try to do what y'all like, you know. And I don't always know what that is. I sure don't. I don't always know what it is y'all do like. Oh, y'all last call for if you want to call in. I paid less for it than what it is now. Because I bought it before it went up. Okay, little bug, thanks for coming in. So I'm actually making a little bit of money, not much, but I'm actually making a little bit of money. But like this, this stock can go up, and I'm expecting it to. I'm expecting it to go up, but it also can go down. And put it on 5 days. So, you see this peak right here? It went up right here 50%. And then people that, I mean, they might have been people that had $500,000 or $1 million in it, And, they made what they was planning on making, and then people started selling. And, you see it come back in here and started selling again, and now it's on its way back up. But as far as like, if you think you can predict what stock's gonna do, you better think again. Because I'll be doggone if I can. Yeah, I think he will. I think he will. Hey, that's why he done this. I think that's why he done it. So he can sell. But like when he sells, you'll probably see that stock go straight down. I want to thank y'all for coming in. I'm about ready to get over there and see if I can find me something to eat. I might sell some of it, but like, I'm gonna make sure to leave him $100 in there. You can sell part of your stock. You type in there what you want to sell. You don't have to sell it all. But I'm gonna leave $100 in there. But the thing about it is, if he was in there and he did sell it and it went down, that don't necessarily mean that's the end of it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this ain't just that's Facebook stock right there. That's 5 years. There's a year. I say, just because he sells it don't mean, well, that $100 is gone. Put it on max here. See like how, see the graph there? So that don't mean it's just, the money's just gone. Your $100 is just gone. don't know why this right here is so bad. Oh, I see. December 2022. That means the COVID-19, y'all. Oh, you can't tell, man. You can't tell. Oh. You can't tell what stock's gonna do. You can think. I'll tell you something about fishing. It's something I started noticing a long time ago. A long time ago. When men go fishing and don't catch nothing, they can give you a reason why they didn't catch nothing. It's the water's too cold. The wind's blowing too much. They can tell you, hey, and I mean, just because you think you're right, don't make you right. And about any man that goes fishing and don't catch no fish, he can give you a reason why he didn't catch no. It ain't his fault. He's the best fisherman that they ever was. It's the wind's fault. Too much water. And that's something I started noticing a long time ago. That any man, hey, if I go fishing, don't catch nothing, I don't make up excuses. I just don't even, like, why would you make up an excuse? That's just dumb. Hey, the way I look at it, if you go and don't catch nothing, they ain't biting. I won't blame it on the wind, or the water, or the temperature. Hey, like, if you already know all that much, why not just stay home and tell everybody I didn't go fishing because there's too much water, or the water temperatures. You know what I'm talking about. So y'all, appreciate y'all coming in here. Oh, maybe Stephen will be back soon. He won't be down long. He's like Stephen's like the women. They can be sick and you won't even hardly be able to tell he's sick. He usually keeps going. But he's handcuffed to the commode. Thank y'all for coming in here. Thank you for the moderators. Thank you for everybody. Thanks to all the angels. Thank everybody. Thank Bloomin'. Thank she. It could be food poison. I'm not sure if I said it or not, but I think Bloomin's chicken run come in that she bought for Stephen. There's a big old box out there. There's 2 boxes. I want to thank Bloomin'. We didn't have no super chat. That's okay. That's fine. But we want to thank for all the super chats that we do get. When we do get them. You know, Grandma will be live in the morning, y'all, at 10 o'clock. Sharp. I enjoy y'all coming in here. You know, I mean, it's early. I could get on there and do a video later on tonight, you know, a night video. If I think of a good subject. I'm not going. I guess it's okay to get on here and talk to chat. But like that ain't the best kind of video to make. You talk to chat, plus you talk about something else. Well, yeah, thank you, Pamela. You know what I mean, y'all? You kind of do both. You don't want to just sit there and talk to chat, There'll be people leaving in numbers like you won't never believe. You get in there and just talk to chat. Hey, they might sit here and listen. They might sit here for 10 minutes, 10 or 20 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. But, there'll be people getting out, But if I think of something worth telling, I may get on here a little bit later on. Hey, good afternoon, everybody.